Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
All are present. Only 15. We were discussing about drug abuse in the previous class, and we also learned about the different categories of commonly abused drugs. We completed the different categories, the characteristics of those drugs also. We discussed what were those three categories, Sharon? The three categories of commonly abused drugs.
Opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids.
Alkaloids. Now we need to learn about smoking. So we learn more about smoking now. Tobacco contains nicotine. Nicotine is an alkaloid which can stimulate the adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline into blood circulation, causing high blood pressure and heart rate. So you all know that it is having the tobacco is containing a poisonous substance known as nicotine, and this nicotine will stimulate the endocrine gland, the adrenal gland, so that it will release adrenaline and noradrenaline into blood. And once these are released, they will increase the blood pressure and thereby increasing the heartbeat. So this can increase the risk for cardiovascular diseases. Tobacco is smoked, chewed, or used as a snuff. Either it can be sniffed in, smoked, or chewed. In any ways you take it, it's very addictive and it is very harmful to your health. Tobacco contains the poisonous substance known as nicotine. Nicotine, how does it act? It will stimulate the endocrine gland, adrenal gland, to release adrenaline and noradrenaline into blood. It will be released into the blood. And as a result, the blood pressure will increase and the heartbeat rate also will increase. Smoking causes different types of cancers. Cancers of the lung, urinary bladder, throat, bronchitis, then emphysema, coronary heart diseases. Emphysema, you know?
Ma'am,
Yes,
the slide did not change.
for everyone, not changed. Change, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Smoking causes cancers of different parts like lung, urinary bladder, throat, etc. And it can cause infection in the bronchus. You know, bronchus, a part of the respiratory system. The trachea divides into two bronchi, and these each bronchi will enter the lung. You have heard about bronchus, you have learned about bronchus. So it can cause bronchitis or emphysema. Emphysema is mainly due to smoking. So as a result of smoking, the alveolar walls will get damaged. There will be difficulty in breathing. Last year, I think we have learned, no? Then coronary heart diseases. So these are some of the diseases caused due to smoking. Tobacco smoking increases the risk of oral cancer. We already listed out some of the cancers caused by smoking. Some people, they chew the tobacco. So upon chewing, that can increase the risk of oral cancer, because regularly your mouth cavity is getting exposed to this poisonous substances present in it, and it can lead to oral cancer. Smoking increases the carbon monoxide content in the blood. And when carbon monoxide is present, it will reduce the formation of oxyhemoglobin, which can create oxygen deficiency in the body. So carbon monoxide is having more affinity towards hemoglobin when compared to oxygen. If both oxygen and carbon monoxide are present, Hemoglobin will be having more affinity towards carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a poison, it's a toxic substance, a toxic gas, and smoking will increase. As a result of smoking, more amount of carbon monoxide will be released into blood. And as a result, the formation of oxyhemoglobin will be reduced. It forms carboxyhemoglobin. Carbon monoxide will combine with hemoglobin. And as a result, it can lead to oxygen deficiency. Why? Because it is in the form of oxyhemoglobin that oxygen is transported to all parts of the body. And if hemoglobin cannot bind with oxygen, sufficient amount of oxygen cannot reach your body parts. So carboxyhemoglobin, when carbon monoxide and oxygen both are present, hemoglobin is having more affinity towards carbon monoxide. Once again, I will repeat the points that we listed. Smoking can lead to different types of diseases. It can cause cancers of lung, urinary bladder and throat, and it can even lead to bronchitis. I told bronchitis is affecting your bronchus, your respiratory system. Then emphysema. Emphysema results when your alveolar walls are damaged, mainly due to smoking, and that can result in breathing difficulty, congestion, and then coronary heart diseases. Tobacco, when it is chewed, when tobacco is chewed, it can increase the risk of oral cancer. And another problem that results from smoking, or a problem caused due to regular smoking, is it will increase the carbon monoxide content in blood, and as a result it will reduce the formation of oxyhemoglobin. And if oxyhemoglobin cannot be formed, enough amount of oxygen cannot be transported to different parts of the body, and your body will suffer from deficiency of oxygen. And you know what happens if sufficient oxygen is not reaching all parts of a body. And children, coronary heart diseases, it is mentioned. Coronary heart diseases are the diseases which are affecting the coronary arteries. So the arteries present in the heart, supplying blood to the hearts, coronary arteries will be affected, and these coronary arteries can get narrowed. It becomes narrow because of the deposition of substances, like some coating. Like you know that once they smoke regularly, this can lead to some plaque formation. Some deposits will be formed in the coronary arteries, and as a result, it becomes narrow. The coronary arteries will become narrow, and the blood cannot be transported, or sufficient amount of blood cannot reach the heart. So the blood flow will be limited, and that can lead to several diseases. No doubts, no? Yes? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Next is adolescence. Another topic about adolescence. You know what is meant by adolescent or adolescent age. You all are in the adolescent age. It's a transitional stage between childhood and adulthood. You are in the growing stage. You are growing to become an adult. So this period, so many changes are taking place physically, psychologically. So many changes are taking place in your body. It's a period and a process during which a child becomes mature, not only in the physique, in terms of his or her attitudes and beliefs for effective participation in society. So it is during this adolescent age, definitely you are growing physically. So many changes are appearing physically, but apart from that, it's a period and a process during which a child becomes mature, not only in age or in his or her physique, but also in terms of her attitudes, his or her attitudes and beliefs. All that will get matured, and you start to form opinions about different aspects in the society. You will have your own opinion. Your attitudes, your beliefs will change, so that you can effectively participate in the society. Very, very crucial age. Adolescence is a bridge linking childhood and adulthood. It is between 12 to 18 years of age. It's a transitional stage between adulthood and childhood. It's very vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development. You will be undergoing mental, psychological development along with the physical changes. You will be physically also, you will be developing at the same time mentally and psychological development. Mental and psychological development also takes place during this particular period. I'll repeat, adolescence is a period and a process during which the child becomes mature in terms of his or her attitudes and beliefs so that he or she can effectively participate in the different issues taking place in the society. They frame their own opinions. For everything under the sun, they will have their own opinion and attitude. It's a bridge linking childhood and adulthood, and it's considered as a very crucial, very vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development. Now, during this age, drug and alcohol abuse are commonly found, and some of the causes we are going to analyze. What are the reasons for drug and alcohol use or abuse in adolescence? First point, curiosity. In this age, you will be so curious to know about uh, different things. So because of the curiosity, you want to know how it feels or how it tastes. What are the changes that I experience? Maybe your friends or somebody might be tempting you. They might be persuading you to try out all these. And experimentation. You want to try out experiments. You want to try out something new. So that is one main reason. Out of curiosity and for experiencing or for experimentation. Need for adventure and excitement. Your age is like that. You are very interested in taking up risk, challenges, and you want to explore something new. So, need for adventure and excitement. That is another reason. And to escape from facing problems. So, we might be facing different sorts of problems. So we don't know what each child might be facing, what is their family background, what are the problems they face. And many a time they might open up to their friends, but still there will be many problems for which they are not getting a solution, maybe broken families, different reasons can be there. So when some different problems are there, not only family problems, so many other problems can be there. Problems can be among their friends, in the family. So all these problems, usually when you have to encounter, when you have to face all these problems, you should tackle them with confidence. You should be courageous enough. You should have willpower to tackle all that. But some of them, they don't want to face any of these problems. They want to escape from all the worries and problems. So say they want somehow to escape all these. Then they find solace in all these drugs and alcohol. Stress from pressure to excel in academics or examination. So, in case of certain children, so much pressure they might be facing. Maybe parents also might be pressuring them, saying that they should score these many marks, they should get entrance, and they should join MBBS in our family. Or so many doctors are there, you should also become a doctor. We don't know. In some, like nowadays, I think parents are very understanding. They leave it to the children to choose which course they want to join. So maybe in some cases the children are not that lucky, and the parents or even the teachers can pressurize when they have so much of expectations in a particular child. It is out of their out of their love, and out of maybe they want to see them having a bright future. Both parents and teachers, they cannot think of causing any harm to their children, but still uh, their intention will be good, but the child might be facing it negatively. They might take it negatively. They can't withstand the pressure. So in such a case also, to escape from all these, they can go for all these drug and alcohol abuse. television, movies, newspapers, internet, different social media, then newspapers, movies, television, internet. So all these can influence children a lot. So nowadays, I think such advertisements, all those are not there. Earlier, so many advertisements of cigarettes, then alcohol, all these used to be shown. But nowadays, I think all those are not there. And not only that, even if some such a scene is shown in the movies, some warning also will be written in very small letters somewhere in the corner. But still, you get influenced. Children, they get influenced by their favorite film actor or actress. So whatever they are doing, you have a tendency. I'm not saying that everyone are just the same, but you will have a tendency to imitate what your heroes are doing. You might be considering them as your model, so you want to imitate, try out all these. How thrilling it will be, because they just exaggerate and show all these in the movies. And so children also of your age, they want to try it out. Unstable and unsupportive family structures and peer pressure, more or less related to the third point what I said. So unstable family, broken family, parents are not in good terms, divorced parents, so all those can affect the children. Then peer pressure, the pressure from their friends are compelling them to use all these. And just for a company, they will tell you, just try out once, tomorrow you don't have to come, today you just try. But all that can be addictive. So pressure from the unsupportive family or unstable family, peer pressure, all these can make, or all these can create addiction to this drugs or alcohol in children. They'll start, as I said, just for a fun. They just want to try it out, but later all these can be, all these can cause addiction. So once again, I will repeat: curiosity and experimentation, then the need for adventure and excitement. And some of them want to escape from the problems that they are facing. Then because of the stress they are facing, they might be pressurized too much. Parents and teachers, they are pressurizing them so that they can excel in the academics or examination. That also can make them stressed too much, and they can try out all these drugs or what to say, alcohol. Television, movies, newspapers, internet, all these can influence. That also can tempt them to use drugs and alcohol. Then unstable and unsupportive family. If there is no proper relationship among the family members, especially in case of divorced parents and all, the children, they are not getting support from anywhere. They are feeling so lonely, and they want to get happiness from somewhere, and then they go for all these. And even peer pressure, as I told you, when they are facing too much compulsion from their friends, they cannot deny them, they cannot refuse them, and then they'll try out all these. Any doubts? So before we proceed, so many points I mentioned just now. Let us start with smoking. Vidur, what did we learn about smoking?
Smoking is caused by tobacco, which is contains a nicotine. It stimulates adrenal gland to release adrenaline, non-adrenaline to blood circulation, causing high BP and heart rate.
Okay. Malavika, then.
Smoking causes cancers of lung, urinary bladder and throat, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart.
Heart diseases. Heart diseases. Okay, Anthony, another point.
Smoking increases the CO carbon dioxide in the blood and reduces
When carbon monoxide is released into the blood, what will happen? The formation of what will be reduced?
oxygen,
Oxyhemoglobin will be reduced. And how it affects your body?
causing O2 deficiency level.
Oxygen deficiency will be there in our body. Next point, Meenakshi.
Adolescence.
We finished all the points under smoking. Okay. Tell me what is meant by adolescent age.
Adolescence is a period or a process
in which a child will mature in his or her attitudes and in the effective participation of the society.
Only attitudes, attitudes and beliefs. Okay. Sania, then
It is the age between 12 to 18 and it is the bridge linking childhood and adulthood.
can you repeat?
It is the age group of 12 to 18 and it is the bridge linking between childhood and adulthood.
Good. What are the causes of drug or alcohol abuse in adolescence? We listed out so many points. Steffi, 1 point.
Curiosity and experimentation.
Curiosity and experimentation. Then Malavika,
Need for adventure and
need
excitement.
for adventure and excitement. Mehek,
To escape facing problems.
to escape from facing problems. Rijas,
Stress from pressure to excel in academics or examinations.
because of the stress from can you repeat?
Parents.
Parents to excel in exams. Okay, then Naureen,
Television, movies, newspapers, internet, etc.
television, movies, newspapers. So all these can influence the children and they can try out these drugs or alcohol. Then last point. Donna,
Unstable, unsupportive family, peer pressure.
stable or unsupportive family, peer pressure, etc. Some of the reasons that can lead to drug and alcohol abuse in adolescence. Shall we continue? Yes, Michael, can we continue? Next is about addiction. Addiction and dependence. Let's see what is meant by addiction. Addiction is a psychological attachment. It's a psychological attachment to the effects like euphoria and a temporary feeling of well-being associated with drugs and alcohol. So addiction means a psychological attachment to the effects release or effects which they get from these drugs. We already learned that these drugs can give them a feeling of well-being, euphoria, a state of intense excitement and happiness. So once they try this out, they are getting that excitement and happiness. They are getting energized. So once they try, because of that feeling which they are getting, they want to try it out again and again. It is a psychological attachment to the effects like euphoria and a temporary feeling of well-being that is associated with drugs and alcohol. With repeated use of drugs, the tolerance level of the receptors increases. Does the receptors respond only to higher doses, leading to greater intake and addiction? So in the beginning, smaller doses were enough to give them that feeling of euphoria or feeling of wellness. Even with small doses, they used to get that feeling. But when they repeatedly start using it with smaller doses, they don't get that feeling. So what they do, they'll keep on increasing the dosage. And that will again complicate the situation. This will result in greater intake and addiction. Why? Because in the beginning when we learned about different types of drugs, we learned about receptors. These drugs will bind with the receptors and bring about the effects. So in the beginning, with the minor doses, they used to get that feeling of wellness or well-being, but gradually these tolerance level of the receptors will increase. So they higher levels or greater intake will be needed in order to get the desired impact in their body, and they will increase the dosage. That is how some people in the beginning, when they are taking alcohol, a small amounts they will have, gradually the amount keeps on increasing, and finally it will be in such a way that intake of alcohol will be too much that they get completely addicted and they cannot do away with that particular habit. Addictive potential of the drug and alcohol can pull the user into a vicious circle from where they cannot come out, leading to their regular use from which she or he may not be able to get out. So later, they will realize that I want to somehow, they'll realize the impacts. When they are in their normal senses, they will realize, so I have to come out of this habit, I have to get rid of this habit. But then it will be too late. Even if they desire, they won't be able to come out of that vicious circle because they have got trapped there. Now, once they have got addicted, it is not that easy to come out. Then we need to take them to some de-addiction centers with the cooperation of his or her relatives. And that also takes too much time, too much effort has to be put in, and the patient also should cooperate. Okay, once again, I will repeat addiction and dependence. Addiction means it's a psychological attachment to the effects like euphoria and a temporary feeling of well-being that is associated with drugs and alcohol. And why these people who are starting the intake of these drugs or alcohol gradually increase the dosage, because as they consume it, their tolerance level of the receptors will increase. So they have to take more amounts to get the desired impact. And addictive potential of the drug and alcohol might pull the user into a vicious circle from where he or she cannot get out even if they desire to. So we learned what is addiction. Now let's see what is dependence. Dependence is the tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and unpleasant withdrawal syndrome if regular dose of drugs and alcohol is abruptly continued. Now you learned, you understood what is meant by addiction. Now what is dependence? So those people who are addicted, they'll be regularly using it. And suddenly if you stop, see whether it is in the case of drunkards or those who are taking drugs regularly, suddenly we cannot put an end to that habit. If suddenly we do that, if abruptly it is stopped, if they are not getting a source to obtain this, they will exhibit different unpleasant symptoms. Some withdrawal syndrome will be a group of symptoms. So many, what to say, it will be expressed in the form of certain, here some points are given like anxiety, shakiness, hands and all will start shivering, vomiting tendency, they'll keep sweating. So some withdrawal syndrome or a group of symptoms will be expressed if that regular dose of drugs or alcohol is suddenly stopped. They can put an end to this habit only gradually. Suddenly we cannot stop it, because if it is suddenly, it is discontinued, they will exhibit some withdrawal symptoms or syndrome like anxiety, shakiness. You might have heard some people who are regularly taking this alcohol, if they don't get one day, their hands and all will start shivering. And only when they get that regular dose which they used to consume, then only their hands shakiness will change or will disappear. Till then all these symptoms will be expressed in their body: anxiety, shakiness, nausea, sweating. Dependence also leads to social adjustment problems, so they'll have problems with the society because they are continuously or they are constantly using these. And as I told you, they'll be getting that feeling of wellness, and they'll be completely away from the society or members of the society, which they might face problems in getting adjusted to the members of the society. They will not get, or even if they are getting involved, it will be on the extreme end. So many social adjustment problems will be there because they are unaware of the surroundings. So you might have seen drunkards, they after drinking, they won't be having any proper sense, in half sense, or they might fall unconscious somewhere on the roadside. And if somebody notices, they'll be taking them to their home. So social adjustment problems will be there too much because they are not bothered about the society. They just want to drink. So addiction and dependence is that severe that they are unaware of their surroundings. They are not even bothered about their family members. They don't consider the well-being of their family members. Somehow they have to get the money and they have to get these drugs or alcohol, and then half conscious or they'll be lying unconscious here or there. They want to fill their stomach with all these, whether it is alcohol or drugs. Somehow they want to satisfy the need of their body. Any points you want me to repeat? You want me to repeat any points, children? Can we quickly summarize the points that we learned today? From here we started. Any point, if you have missed out, you can note down. Tobacco contains nicotine, and this nicotine can stimulate adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline. This will be released into the blood, and as a result, the blood pressure can increase, heart rate also can increase, and this can lead to cardiovascular diseases. Tobacco can be smoked, chewed, or used as a snuff. It can be sniffed in. Smoking causes cancers of lung, urinary bladder, throat. Then it can result in emphysema, bronchitis, or coronary heart diseases. If tobacco is chewed, it can lead to oral cancer. Then it will increase the amount of carbon monoxide in blood. And if carbon monoxide is present, it will combine with hemoglobin. And as a result, sufficient amount of oxygen will not reach your body parts. Then we learned about adolescent. Adolescence is a period and a process during which child gets matured in terms of his or her attitudes and beliefs, so that they can effectively participate in the society. It's a transition period between adulthood and childhood, and it's between 12 to 18 years of age, and a very crucial and also vulnerable phase of physical, mental, and psychological development. You will be physically undergoing changes, and at the same time, so many mental and psychological changes or developments also will be taking place. The different causes of drug abuse or alcohol abuse in adolescence: curiosity and experimentation, need for adventure and excitement, to escape from problems, stress from pressure to excel in academics or examination, the different mass communication media, that also can influence them, unstable or unsupportive family, and the peer pressure. Then about addiction and dependence. Addiction is a psychological attachment to what? To the feeling, to the effects like euphoria or temporary feeling of wellness that is associated with these drugs and alcohol. And repeatedly, when these drugs are taken in, the tolerance level of the receptors will increase. So with those regular doses, they may not get the desired effect. So then they will have to increase the intake. The dosage should be increased, and this will gradually lead to addiction. Addictive potential of drug and alcohol. Once they get addicted, they will be trapped into a vicious circle from where they cannot come out. Even if they want to, they cannot come out of that. Then they need the assistance of their friends or family members and should be taken to a de-addiction center. When they reach a later stage or when the addiction is too much, at times they might realize that they have to come out of that habit. They have to get rid of that habit, but they'll be helpless because the addiction might have, or that much they might have got addicted to these drugs as well as alcohol. And next is dependence. It is the tendency of the body. So once you are addicted, that will lead to dependence. It is a tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and unpleasant withdrawal syndrome if the regular dosage of drugs or alcohol is suddenly discontinued. So it should never be done. It should be gradually. We have to reduce the dosage and then it has to be stopped. Suddenly with one fine morning, if we ask them to stop, that they cannot do it because their body will exhibit different withdrawal symptoms or syndrome like shakiness of the body, nausea, then anxiety, sweating, etc. Once they exhibit, or once the addiction leads to dependence, it can lead to social adjustment problems too. Okay, the effects we will learn next class. So tell me about addiction and dependence. What did we learn about addiction? Children, I have told you when I share the screen, I don't want you to turn the videos off. That day's attendance I will cut. Gayatri?
Ma'am, I am on
Very-
mobile data.
Oh,
I am on mobile data actually. So
okay, okay. Will you be able to answer?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. What did we learn about addiction?
It's a psychological attachment to certain effects like euphoria and well-being due to drugs and alcohol.
Okay. Steffi,
Yes, ma'am.
then what else we learned about addiction?
With repeated use, it cannot be withdrawn suddenly. It will take time.
No, that is dependent. So before that we learn, no, if we get addicted, what will happen?
The tolerance level will increase and more.
If we regularly consume them, what will happen to the tolerance level of receptors? It will
Lower, so that we need to consume more to get the euphoria.
Tolerance level will increase. So
Decrease.
we'll
So we need to consume more to get the good feeling.
desired effect. Tolerance level increases, not decreases. Then, so we will have to take, they will have to take more amount of it. They will have to take more amounts of these drugs or alcohol, and as a result, it will lead to
addiction.
Okay. Then Rijas.
Addictive potential of drug and alcohol can pull the user into a vicious circle, leading to the regular use from which he or she can get out.
Use read by Rijas. No? You tell me the answer, don't read. You say it in your own words. Once they get addicted, they cannot come out, or they cannot get rid of that habit, even if they decide to. Yes, Mehak, what is dependence?
Dependence is when they will show unpleasant withdrawal syndromes.
When
they decide to stop
when
the behaviors.
suddenly
we put a stop to the addictive behavior.
Okay, so then they will exhibit some withdrawal symptoms or syndrome. Syndrome means a group of symptoms. So what are those symptoms exhibited by their body? Naureen, some common symptoms exhibited.
Anxiety, sweating, shakiness.
Yes.
Nausea.
Okay. So we'll wind up. No doubts, no? No doubts? Say yes or no.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll wind up. So thank you, children. Please do revise your daily lessons. Otherwise, this the chapter will be completing within one more period. And I'll be taking a test paper. So last moment, it is not that easy to learn the whole chapter. So slowly, next week, you can expect a test paper based on this chapter. So start revising. Okay, Meenakshi? See you next class.